definitely got better in the last 24 hours before. It was terrible. And now it's, well, hot look.
Got a bit of cover.
First up in this meeting, the MCPM, warm welcome to all Sophia Gardens. On the Father's Day, as you can see, we have the Garden Runner. They're ready to go with the Garden Runner today. Both Canton, the good team of family, and we chat to them for the rest of the season. Now the teams will be out shortly, coming down here, down the steps, and out to the Garden Runner. So before we get the teams out, the warm Sophia Gardens, let's have a little practice, shall we? Let's see how loud it can be on Father's Day. So after three, make some noise with Glammy. 1, 2, 3! I'll give you 7 out of 10. You can improve on that later on. Go, Glammy!
Very good afternoon and welcome to Sapphire Gardens. Happy Father's Day to all of those who that applies to. And the news here is that Glamorgan have been put into bat by Gloucestershire in this T20 match. Glamorgan with 4 wins from 8 now and really needing to reverse a slight slide after 3 defeats on the bounce, 2 of them against Essex. And some interesting team news for Glamorgan in that Colin Ingram, whom we'd reported was out injured, has been replaced by Prem Sisodia. James Harris, Glamorgan player, is with us. What do you make of that one?
Afternoon, everybody. Interesting decision. I think they've gone with a sort of like-for-like strike rate, I suppose. From Prem's point of view, he's going to come out and play pretty positively. I think this will be his first time opening the batting in T20 cricket, but he's got some runs in club cricket opening the batting. He got some runs in the second 11 opening the batting when he had a chance there. So I think they see it as an opportunity to give Prem a go and see what he can do.
And Andrew Salter instead of Zain ul Hassan, so that's another spinner instead of a seamer.
Yeah, changes all round. Really important game this for Glamorgan after a couple of losses. We were talking on air the last couple of occasions we've been on, sort of Glamorgan needing 8 wins probably out of 14 to make it through to a quarter final. So this certainly against a Gloucester team who haven't been playing quite as well recently. This is a really big game and a really big game for Glamorgan to win. So a couple of big changes in the team, but you're going to see a positive brand of cricket, I think, this afternoon.
Gloucestershire rest their overseas spinner Zafar Gohar. He's been replaced by seamer Zaman Akhtar, who is making his T20 debut. He's played 3 first-class matches. So Glamorgan, Kieran Carlson, Sam Northeast, Prem Sisodia, Chris Cook, Billy Root, Callum Taylor, Andrew Salter, Tim van der Hoogten, Peter Hatzoglu, Rory Smith and James McElroy. Gloucestershire, Ben Wells, Miles Hammond, who's now the captain, Ben Charlesworth, Ollie Price, Grant Rolofson, Graham Van Buren, Tom Price, Zaman Akhtar, Matt Taylor, Tom Smith and David Payne. Your commentary team, myself, Nick Webb, alongside the Glamorgan all-rounder James Harris, and to describe the first over for us, Kenneth Davis.
Thanks very much, Nick, and good afternoon to everybody. And the first over will be taken by David Payne, the left-arm seamer from the Taff End.
Welsh fireman, used to bowling here.
And Payne comes in from the far side, and that's tucked away on the offside. There's a man in on the 45 at short third man, and there's no run. So big game this for Glamorgan to stop the slide, as Nick was saying. 3 on the bounce they've gone down to, and it all started with a win some 3 weeks ago. Seems an age since that victory at the County Crown at Bristol. As Payne comes in, and Carlson drives, but it's stopped at the cover, and there's no run. So in terms of Sisodia, James Harris, a case of not like for like in terms of Colin Ingram, but in terms of hitting the ball true and hard and solid, he can do that.
He can. I mean, there's not many like for likes when you talk about Colin Ingram and the class of the man.
As David Payne comes in past the umpire, far side from the Taff End, and this is good over. None coming from it so far.
When you talk about Prem, he's going to stand still. He's got a really good eye. He's scored some runs. He's been in a bit of form, so he's going to, especially with the field up which we have in this power play, it's probably the perfect time to see what he can do and give him license really to go and play some shots and express himself.
Yeah, orthodox field in the first 6 overs. Mid off, mid on, cover, fine leg. Short third man. As Payne comes in, there is a slip in there as well. Carlson didn't get over that one, and it's pulled, and there's a shy at the stumps from the man at mid-on, and Carlson does come through.
He does. A little bit of swing from David Payne. It's quite a humid day here at Sapphire Gardens. It's overcast, which we haven't really seen, but it's warm. So sort of an old school swingy day as you'd expect, and David Payne can swing the white ball, and he's looking like he's bowling quite back of a length at the moment, but there's a little bit of shape out there for him.
Yeah, saw something that I hadn't seen for about 3-4 weeks yesterday in rain. And there is a bit of cloud cover as David Payne starts his run up from the Taff End past the umpire. Bowles bangs that in. Good length ball again. And It's driven, but there is no run from Sisodia.
Very experienced now, David Payne, obviously.
Yeah.
Had a really good winter, won the Big Bash with the Perth Scorchers. Left arm over the wicket, swings the white ball, and is just a very good, very fine bowler in all formats, really. He's been very good with the red ball, and certainly the last couple of years, his white ball bowling. He's had some England games as well, and he's done very, very, very well.
Well, this is a cracking over. Just the one single coming off it as Payne will conclude his over. Bangs that in short. Sisodia flashes at it on the offside. It's cut off and there's no run, and it's a cracking first over from David Payne.
Yeah, as expected, I think David Payne hasn't missed his mark there. A little bit of swing from him. Made it hard for the Glamorgan batsman early. But this second over here is going to be bowled by Matt Taylor, and as we've spoken about in the power play, it's really is time to go. You haven't got much time to get yourself in, and the Glamorgan batsman here, if this wicket is anything like the wicket we've had the last two matches here at Cardiff, is going to be very good. So Glamorgan need to put a good score on the board this afternoon.
Matt Taylor in approach fairly similar to David Payne, left arm, fast medium, run off a similar length. So don't get the two mixed up this afternoon. It's Taylor wearing 36, runs away from us, bowls, and that's hit just over cover by Carlson. He'll pick up a couple of runs. It'll be stopped just inside the boundary in front of the cricket school, and they're back for a comfortable 2, 3 without loss, not quite timed. So Gloucestershire's outfielders are at backward square and sort of deep backward point or wide third man, depending on how you want to cut it. Just 2, of course, outside the 30-metre circle in these first 6 overs as Taylor bowls, and that's a swing from Carlson, and it's up in the air and it's pouched by the keeper. So Kieran Carlson goes straight away, and Glamorgan are 3 for 1.
Really good length from Matt Taylor. The Gloucestershire bowlers have started brilliantly here, really hitting their length. Banged into the wicket, sort of not giving Kieran Carlson any room. A little bit of shape back in from the left arm over. Kieran's looked to pick it up over deep square leg, but only managed to get a top edge, and it's gone straight up in the air and taken by the wicketkeeper.
Who is Grant Rolofsson, the South African who played for Essex against Glamorgan in the 50 overs last season. And he's playing as a keeper batter, and James Bracey has been dropped out to the side, which is unusual to see after a few years of seeing Bracey as a fixture there.
He's a fine player to be leaving out, especially in this sort of Gloucester team who haven't been performing brilliantly in this format so far this year. But they've decided that he needs to be left out at the moment, and Rolofsson is the man to take the gloves.
That was a very simple catch. He had plenty of time to get underneath it. Gloucestershire at the moment are on 6 points in the table, Glamorgan on 8. Top 2, Surrey and Somerset, having played a game more apiece, are on 14 each. Matt Taylor in to the left-handed Billy Root at 3, and Root runs one down to short third man and goes through for the single.
It's not a particularly outlandish statement, this, but it feels like Somerset and Surrey are going to run away and run away with this group the way they're playing at the moment and the brand of cricket they're playing.
Yeah, Essex have got a game in hand as well, having got the double over Glamorgan there, 12 from 8. Hampshire 10 from 9, Kent 8 from 9, Glamorgan 8 from 8. Gloucestershire 6 from 8. As Matt Taylor is in to bowl a short delivery that's clubbed away by Sisodia, and he will get just the single out to deep square. 5 for 1. Big
changes in the batting order. I know we've spoken about Prem being promoted and back in the team and promoted to the top of the order, but Billy Root now given the opportunity to come in at 3, and Sam North East, who spent his whole Glamorgan career, 2020 career to date, opening the batting, is now going to bat at 4 instead.
Yeah, he'll need to unveil his stroke play pretty quickly, as that is driven into the offside, half fielded at cover, and a single to Billy Ruto, which hit the stumps at the non-striker's end and ran away, and they're able to take an overthrow, which is quite an unlucky occurrence for the bowling side. Some say the ball should be dead if it strikes the stumps, James.
That's an interesting one. I haven't heard of that too much. My personal opinion is if you throw the ball at the stumps and it happens to hit them, it should be runs, to be honest. It's very easy for the fielder to keep the ball in his hand if he'd rather.
7 for 1. Taylor in to bowl. Root dancing feet outside off stump and just paddles it away to backward square for the single. So the wicket of Kieran Carlson, but 7 runs off the second over, and on this close, cloudy afternoon in Sophia Gardens, not as big a crowd as the Friday nighters, but it's respectable enough for a Sunday afternoon. A slightly more relaxed and less lubricated vibe today.
No boundaries in the first 2 overs, which is something Glamorgan going to be looking to put right here. We know this power play. You've got to take advantage of the power play. And Glamorgan are going to need some boundaries here, but David Payne's going to carry on, and looks like the ball's still going to swing, I think, early on with these sort of close, humid conditions.
Glamorgan then 8 for 1 as David Payne, the left-arm seamer, continues from the taff end. Here he comes, bangs that one in short. That's clobbered away over the covers for 4, and that's the first boundary for Glamorgan, and a much-needed one. Just a bit of width offered from David Payne, and the treatment was ditched out by Billy Root.
There's that swing we were talking about, but giving Billy Root a bit of width is not what you want to be doing. That's his area, really, pointing behind, and really good hands, and he just put his hands through the ball there and hit it to the boundary.
Seemed to be coming back into a bit of form on Friday at Essex as David Payne trudges in from the taff end. That's a wide on. Now that's going to go all through past the wicketkeeper for his buys.
5 wides then.
Yeah. Just lost his radar a bit there, did David Payne.
He'll be disappointed without the wicketkeeper. That's a pretty easy take. I know it was down the leg side, but you'd expect any professional keeper to take that, I think.
So Rolfson took the catch to dismiss Kieran Carlson, but couldn't take the ball around the leg side. So 5 runs. Payne comes in, bangs that one in, and they're appealing. Gosh, that shifted, deviated away.
Thigh pad.
It looked to hit something on the way. As we see the replay, I think it was the thigh pad, and that was the reason for the appeal.
It's a lovely delivery.
Just shaped away from David Payne. It's 17 for 1. Payne comes in, and that's hooked through mid-wicket. It will be cut off on the boundary, so it's just a single. So just the 3 wins for Gloucestershire so far, 1 less than Glamorgan. So this is do or die stuff for Glamorgan if they're going to have a say in the competition. So Sisodia will face David Payne. Here he comes, bangs that one in. It's a good length. That's going to be caught at cover, and Sisodia mistimed it. An easy catch, and that's the 2nd wicket, unfortunately, from a Glamorgan perspective.
Yeah, Prem Sisodia there looking to take the attack to David Payne, which is his job and his role this afternoon, was to go out and put his hands through the ball, try and strike some boundaries early for Glamorgan, but just managed there to spoon it straight up, and it went straight up in the air and caught by the Gloucestershire fielder there, extra cover.
Van Buren.
Yeah, mistimed. He knew straight away, and it was an easy one for Van Buren to take the catch. So it's a 2nd wicket for Gloucestershire, 1st for David Payne. So they struck in both overs, and that will bring Sam North East to the crease. Hasn't really had a notable knock it. Well, compared to last year, he was main scorer for Glamorgan in this format. 510 runs last year, Sam North East. And he's on strike now. David Payne starts his run up from the taff end, bowls, and that's just nudged into the offside, but the fielders are in, and there's no run. Important man to stay out there now.
He is losing Kieran Carlson early will hurt, because Kieran's been in really good form. He's got Glamorgan off to some brilliant starts since he went up to open the batting.
Payne rounding off the 3rd over then, and that's a good length ball once more, and North East just had a little flirt with it, but left it in the end. just past the off stump, and there's no run, and this is good contained bowling from Gloucestershire at the start of this T20 match at Sophia Gardens after 3 overs. Glamorgan are 18 for 2.
Well, we've seen 3 overs so far. The wickets that Glamorgan have been playing on the last couple of games we've had home, the last couple of home games have been fabulous and really high scoring. We haven't really seen anything hit the middle of the bat yet from a Glamorgan perspective, which sort of suggests so far this wicket might not be quite as good.
Yeah, it's just the left of the one that was used previously, I think, as that's driven backward of square on the offside by Root for a single at the start of this 4th over. And again, it is Matt Taylor delivering it, so Gloucestershire sticking with the same 2 openers for a couple of overs at least apiece. 19 for 2 Glamorgan. Route 10, northeast on strike. Yet to get off the mark, averaging 24 this season, strike rate of 120. As he's hit on the pad as he looks to work on the leg side. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? This season we've been talking about 180s as par here, and compared to maybe 150, 160 in previous years.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great to see, to be honest. T20 cricket's a better game when there's higher scoring and you're playing on better wickets. So from a Glamorgan perspective, it's been good to see those wickets in Cardiff, which we perhaps haven't had over the last couple of years.
19 for 2 then, here on BBC Sport Online. As Taylor bowls, northeast runs it down towards third man, and will take the safe option to get off the mark with a single off an angled bat. 20 for 2 Glamorgan, halfway through this 4th over. 100% cloud cover at the moment. Had a few spots of rain in the capital early at lunchtime. Hopefully it will stay away and the crowd can enjoy some big hitting, maybe stumps flying later. Here's Taylor in to bowl to Root, who drives to mid-on and dashes through for a quick single, scampers home Billy Root. There's a lot going on when he runs, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. He throws his arms and legs everywhere, but he's pretty quick actually between the wickets. No freebies so far. I think that's been the big thing from the Gloucestershire bowlers. They've been very accurate, and a little bit of swing around here in these conditions in Cardiff, and they've made Glamorgan do all the work so far, and they've certainly won this power play today. 21
for 2 as Taylor left arm over, bowls to northeast, who dabs it on the leg side for a single as it's fielded by one of the Prices, Ollie. Both brothers playing today. Gloucestershire with one change, resting their overseas Zafar Gohar, which is an early stage maybe to rest a player, with still an outside sniff of going through if they go on a run. Taylor into ball to Root, who swings this one up in the air, and he's got away with it. It's gone behind the keeper and it's gone 2 bounces over the ropes for 4 runs at the River Taff end. Top edge, thought it might be the same as Carlson's, falling to keeper, but ended up 30 metres behind him.
Much needed boundary for Billy Root and for Glamorgan. Good bowling from Matt Taylor, just trying there to get out of the over, trying to hit the wicket hard.
26 for 2 after 4.
Yeah, it's been a tough start for Glamorgan, but that due to some accurate bowling from Gloucestershire. And they can be well pleased with their effort in the power play. 2 to go.
Good timing of the rain break in the test, which allows more people to tune in to us as well.
Yeah,
I know some people were trying to track both at the same time.
So, start of the 5th over, and that's just dabbed away into the leg side by northeast. There is a change, by the way, in the bowling. It is Zaman Akhtar who has come in to the Gloucestershire 11. So Glamorgan 27 for 2 at the start of the 5th. Root 15 northeast on 2. It is Billy Root, and there's some slight changes in the field now for Billy Root. Yeah, England 26 for no wicket, a lead for 33 as Akhtar comes in, and that was wide. Root flashed at it, missed. and it went through to the keeper.
If only England had been able to get a few more runs off their last couple of wickets. Oh, no.
It's fabulously poised, the Test match.
That declaration.
Yeah, a lead of 7, a slender lead of 7, but that has been increased to 33 with Duckett and Crawley there. Actor comes in here at Sophia Gardens, and that was slashed on the offside, fielded at cover, and there's no run. So they're putting the squeeze on here, James Harris, Gloucestershire in the first in the power play.
They are. They've bowled a lot of dot balls so far. Billy Root's had a couple of balls outside off stump, which is usually his area, but he's managed to miss one and hit the fielder with the other, which is unlike him.
Yeah, they've been on the mark as Actor swivels round, comes in, round the wicket to Billy Root. That's pulled, but almost short, and the fielder came in. It could have gone all the way, one or the other.
No, he tried to come in and take the catch, but he was never getting to him. Just landed just short. He got a little bit of body, I think, but it trickled over the boundary.
Yeah, ricocheted and went over as Actor comes in. That's a great shot by Root. Flashed over the cover for 4.
That's Billy's area. Through and over the covers, using the brilliant hands that he's got, pitched up from Akhtar, but Billy Root was good to it there and put his hands to the ball over cover for another boundary.
So a bit of momentum. 2 boundaries in 2 balls with 1 to go in Akhtar's over. Here he comes, past the umpire, round the wicket to Billy Root. Billy Root, well, he tried to hook it, didn't get to the pitch of the ball, but it's gone over the wicket keeper's head. A couple of bounces for 4 and 3 valuable boundaries in that over for Glamorgan.
Yeah, that's more like it. Boundaries in the power play is what we like. From a Glamorgan perspective, Billy Root there taking on the short ball, getting it over the keeper's head with a little bit of a top edge. Although he's now just taken his helmet off, which might suggest that he's taken a little bit of a blow or a little bit of it on the helmet as well.
So 13 coming from that over, the most expensive for Gloucestershire. Just the 1 more to go in this batting power play.
It doesn't look like Root is being forced to change his helmet anyway. How strict are they on that, James? Does it have to be a sort of real whack for the umpires to say you have to change it, or do they say, well, change it anyway?
Well, we're just getting the physio coming out onto the field here, Tom Gilpin. Anytime any of the batsmen get any sort of knock around the neck or the head area, the physio now has to come on and check them out. The helmet's being changed. It had a glancing blow, you sometimes get away with it, but more often than not now, any sort of blow to a helmet and they get changed.
So brief hold up in play. The new bowler is going to be Tom Price, by the look of it, the seamer of the Price brothers. They're big on brothers, aren't they, Gloucestershire? Jack Taylor's not playing today, but Jack and Matt Taylor and the Charlesworths as well. 3 lots of brothers in the same squad. Doesn't happen very often. 39 for 2. There's Price with dark curly hair, plenty of it. Runs away from us at the Cathedral Road end, and we'll bowl to Sam Northeast on 2 not out, and Northeast dabbing it on the leg side, looking to just turn the strike over to Root, I think, but mid wicket was in quickly, and it's a dot ball. So Northeast's 2 off 7. Can't afford to hang around too long, but on the other hand, they don't want to. The immortal coach's instruction: push on and don't take any risks. 39 for 2 in the 6th. Glamorgan having been inserted by the Shire as Sam Northeast smashes that one back where it came from through mid-on for 4 runs. 43 for 2.
Great shot from Sam Northeast. Nice length from Tom Price, maybe a slight bit full from what he was aiming to do, but Sam taking him on, hitting him straight down the ground, and another good boundary for him to get his boundary account underway today.
Got